Uh, Good morning, guys. I'm finally making my way up to camp. I got a call the other day that um, the road's not flooded anymore, so the gas company is coming out this morning around 9. It's actually 1:30 in the morning on Friday, uh, Labor Day weekend. I'm headed up
I can't
solo
believe I
style.
said Labor Day weekend.
Son and his buddies, they all
Wow.
backed out
It's Memorial
a couple
Day
days
weekend.
ago.
I'm headed up to camp. Sorry
So
about
it's
that.
no surprise. I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen. But we're headed up there now. Uh, and I'm assuming it's not going to be that pleasant because of the bugs. I mean, if you've never been, back in there to know what I'm talking about, it's beyond belief that it's not even enjoyable when they're that bad. But Bowman Gas wants to do that, get that job done, which they were supposed to do like a month or so ago when I was supposed to go. But I said, okay, no problem. I took today off of work, so I'm headed up there. So I should be there. I should be there around 7:30, quarter to 8, if all goes planned. I'm looking forward to getting there, even considering the situation. But I'm gonna make the best of it and go from there. I got a little bit of food in the back end, but I don't need much. It's just gonna be me. So I don't know what to expect. I don't know what I'm gonna do besides that gas work they're gonna do. I said, other than that, I don't know what's all gonna get done. I doubt I'll be in the woods scouting. I highly doubt that. I'm not gonna go fight all that. But I guess we'll just have to play it by ear. But we're headed up there now, so we'll talk to you later. Got off the pavement. I couldn't film nothing for the last 2 hours after it got daylight out. It was some thick fog. You couldn't even see the Mackinac Bridge. It was so foggy. So it's 47 degrees out. A little chilly. But that's good. It's only supposed to get in maybe 60, they say today. But that's alright. I don't need it warm. The road's pretty good here. Better than the dirt roads down home. So, like I said earlier, I'm solo. The young bucks backed out 2 days before I was supposed to leave. So I made it kind of hard to try to gather somebody to come up with me. But it is what it is. It wasn't stopping me. So, some time away from work. Haven't had a day off in a while, so this will recharge my battery a little bit coming up here. The gas guys are supposed to be out at 9. It's 5 after 8 right now. I stopped in Engadine there at that little restaurant on the side of Highway 2 and called the Berry Patch. Had me a breakfast. Pretty good sized breakfast. But no. I'm about a month late getting up here. But the road was flooded and couldn't do nothing about it. Not this road, the road the camp is on was flooded. So I'll be showing you that here in a minute. We're just on our way to it. It's driveway's bad. Just killed the first mosquito. Damn things. Yeah, last time I was up here was on snow machine in February. There was almost 4 feet of snow back here. Ouch. Still standing. That white addition on that lean-to, that drives me nuts, but oh well, it's gonna have to do. I've heard you can paint them, I've heard you can't paint them, and if you do paint it, it'll just wear right off, so we're just gonna leave it. For the price we paid, why not? So, we arrived. Oh. Well, made it in. But holy smokes, mosquitoes are bad. Real bad. Wow. I probably let half of them in here. But, okay, here's what. I know, sorry about the lighting. We're replacing that. And that's the only light that works, but it don't work that good. And this one above the kitchen table's getting replaced. That doesn't even work. And let's see. These two out here, we're not even gonna do nothing. We're gonna use them, don't work either, but we're not replacing that. And yeah, with that lean-to now, it gets dark in here. But I don't want to turn no gas on. And then this light right here, that when you try to light it, it just like puffs and puffs. And then one time there was fire coming out of there. So we're not even replacing that, we're just gonna get rid of it. And then we're replaced, you can't really see, but that's getting replaced. That's the one that had the leak last year. That's what all that white stuff is. So let me see if this, there we go. We're replacing that light for the bedroom. So 3 lights getting replaced. Boy, she's dark in here. They should be here pretty soon. They said they're gonna be here by 9. But yeah. Oh. We didn't shut the window. Huh. Window's been open. Oh, they're here now. Oh my goodness. Well, the guys just left, did my lights. I gotta take, there's the old one. I gotta take that down. But there's a dual that they just put up. And then over here, there's a new dual that they just put up. And then I gotta take that down. And then in the bedroom, it's pretty dark. But they did, that's the new one to replace. I just gotta take this down. We took that fixture down during deer season because it was leaking. And they just added that one. So they work pretty good. Yep. So get some type of crowbar or something and pull that down, throw that away, throw that one away. And then it took the lines off that old one that hasn't worked in years. And yes, the mosquitoes are horrendous. And then they moved the tanks from the back of the cabin to here and put a new line in through there, through the wall there. So that's what we wanted done, and they did it. But man, these mosquitoes, holy smokes. They said they just got bad within the last couple days because they were out doing another cabin, they said a couple days ago, and it wasn't like this. So that was my plan there, to cut that up. When the original plan was to come up before the bugs started, and we got flooded out and couldn't get back here, so that'll wait till Labor Day weekend to get done. And I'm just gonna putz around and clean up the mess they made. I told them I'd take care of it, but I probably got 1,000 mosquitoes inside that cabin to take care of. And other than that, relax. Yeah, might get a fire going. It's a little chilly in the cabin. It's in the 50s right now, but the mosquitoes are bad. So I'm back in here and they're just buzzing everywhere. But I had to expect it. I had to get this gas work done. So, but I'm gonna kick back for a few minutes and then start cleaning up the mess that they made. I told them I'd take care of it, so it's no big deal. So we'll talk to you soon. We've had some serious rain. Holy smokes, a lot of water in the trail. I'm on the high water truck trail. I'm north of my cabin. But this is it's a lot of water here. I went to see if somebody was at their cabin. They were here, but they were gone. Their fresh tracks pulling out, so just get up on a little bit of high ground here. It's a nice day out, but the skeeters are out full force as soon as you stop. My cabin right now is just loaded with them. I've killed so many I can't. There's more in there than I killed, and you know, having that door open in and out, them guys doing the gas. I mean, there's no way around it. But they are bad. I thought I'd take a little ride. It's 6:30. Go back and have some dinner. I doubt I'm staying till Monday. I'll probably go home Sunday night. There's only so much you can do in that cabin. I know what I am gonna do. Tomorrow I'm gonna head to the hardware store and I'm gonna get a bomb or two and let a bomb off and see if that helps a little bit. Usually it does, but you got to stay clear for a couple hours after you let it off. I wish I would have brought a fan with me so I could have aired it out with that too, but no, I'm gonna have to go get a couple. I was gonna go farther up this trail the other way, but once I started seeing, I mean, on a good day, you get north of where I just turned around back there at that cabin. It gets real bad on a good day. I mean, me being by myself and no cell phone service, I don't need to get stuck. So I've already been through this area, so I know it's all right. About another 2 or 3 miles up the road, it probably would have been bad. But it's like a fall day out, even though it's May 28th. Haven't seen nobody up at their camps. I can see why, but a lot of these camps are locals. Usually they're out, but like I said, the gas guys that were out said that they just hatched within the last 2 days real bad. They were tolerable before, but they said now they're bad. Back in the day, this road here, when we bought our camp, all the way to the end of this road, which is 11 miles from my camp, there used to be all kinds of campers and tents, and everybody and their brother seemed like they were hunting off this road, and you don't even see one anymore. You can't blame them, I guess. I mean, but I think the deer are coming back. Starting to see good sign the last 4 or 5 years anyway. I mean, there were times where we barely even saw a deer. But lately, at least our camp and the one I was just going to, he's had success the last 4 years since he built that cabin back there. He said he's even been seeing more deer. So, but the wolves are still here. I mean, they must have moved on to another area, because like where I hunted last year, and we'll go back there later, probably tomorrow. But that used to be wolf sign everywhere. And last year, like I said, I saw 2 wolves, and that was 2 days before opening day. And I didn't see no sign after that. I mean, I didn't see tracks, I didn't see scat, I didn't hear them. But then again, I mean, they're here, but they must up and move. But there is a lot of water laying around. I wanted to show you a spot up here that something don't make sense, because they logged all this back in here. This was logged all at the same time. And the one area where we're gonna go on the other side of these trees, it's like it's not even growing back. I hunted before they put that berm of sand there. I hunted way back in there, probably 8-10 years ago. I didn't get nothing, but there was a lot of sign back there. It leads up to the creek over there. Now this area here, it's hardly growing up, and like I said, this has been done probably, I want to say 5-6 years ago, and it still looks like they just did it. It's amazing how they leave, a few trees standing, and they just make them, they make a holy mess. You can't even walk through that without tripping over stuff. They just make a holy mess out there. Now this side of the road, that was done probably 10 years ago. I'd have to look at the logbook, but that was done 10 years ago. And this side isn't even growing up at all. I just don't get that. Last year I walked back in there, and it opens up. You can't see it from here, but back in there's like a like a ridge and it goes down, and it was loaded with wolf tracks, so I just backed out. In fact, I parked right here and walked around this berm, and I went back there. Lots of wolf tracks. That was 2 years ago I did that. Sometimes when I'm not seeing anything, I'll get up and kind of scout an area out, in season scouting for the next year. But I seen all that wolf sign, and I said no thanks. But this whole area was all done, and it's not even growing back. That was one of the reasons why they put that new bridge out there, so they could come in and do all this. I think they're pretty much done up on this road, and then back where you turn to get on this road to go up another road, they're back over their logging now. Well, they have been the last 3-4 years. And the one year, the year I got my, the year I shot my bear, I think it was, my last bear I shot was 2015. From my cabin, this road here that we're on, going the other way, there was a set of wolf tracks that walked this whole road, 11 miles, never got off of it. That was weird. Well, that area where that clump of pines is, way back there, I scouted that area 3 years ago, put a couple trail cameras out, had trail cameras out for over there for almost 2 months, never got one picture of a deer. I was, just taking on a whim, try to find a good spot. I didn't see much sign, but that's some good area back. There's a lot of cedar on the inside of them pines, those jack pines, and that edge comes all the way out to this road, all the way over to here. It's still coming, and then it comes out right over here. I followed that all the way back in there. There's some small lakes back in there. I don't know. I've looked. I've never found out what the names of them were, but there's like 2 of them. And I'll show you where they come out at. They're good size. I figured I like to hunt by water as best I can, because I think water is the #1 source for a deer. Especially during rifle season, when it gets a certain temperature, they're not going to move when they got that winter coat on. And it seems to me like they got to have water. And it was loaded with water back in there. Like I said, I had 2 trail cameras out and didn't get nothing. That was odd. I thought for sure that would be a good spot back in there. But this is all part of that edge of that pines. See, this is where that leads into. Here's the back side of that edge. That goes way back. According to my Onyx map, it was like 3 miles way back in there. And there was some bigger open waters, like miniature lakes. And I followed this edge back this edge right here that we're looking at, and it followed this all the way into here, and then it crosses the 2-track, and then it goes into this big swale, and it just kind of dead ends out there. But I thought for sure something, I would see something on trail camera back in there. I mean, there were a couple of runways, but they didn't look like they were heavily used, but they were there with tracks in them. So I set up 2 cameras about 200 yards apart. Nothing. Got a few coyotes, and that was about it for 2 months. That, you know, something must have kicked them out of there, because that's too good of an area with all this water. You know, and inside those pines, there's a lot of cedar in there. And way back in there by them lakes, there's a ton of cedar. And them deer, when the snow get on the ground, them deer like that cedar. So it was a mystery. So I gave up on this area. And that's where I'm at now, in my new spot. I've been over there for a couple years now, but I had high hopes for this spot back here. It just never panned out. Of course, I never did hunt it on account of I didn't see nothing on trail cam, but no, you would think, but. And this is, well, right now, it's pretty deep right now. Usually you can see bottom, but they've had a lot of rain up here. Now, when we first got this camp, my hunting spot was back in here. This was never here. They logged this, but that big pine that's right there, about 200 yards in, is where I was hunting. On the other side of that flooding there, where I showed you where it stops back there, and I took 6 deer out of this area. And then I came up here one year and it was all clear cutted and you could see forever. That was the only tree that they didn't take. And this is all freshly going back. This is 2002 this happened. And now it's thick as can be going through there. So, but, yeah, I took 6 deer out of there. First 6 years we owned the camp. Now it seems like, I mean, that was my spot. Now it seems like every 2-3 years I move. I don't know why, but that's just me, I guess. Well, that one spot I had where my trail camera SD cards were getting stolen, where I hunted there last year for the first time in 3 or 4 years. I thought that was my next spot, and then I had trouble with that. And then the other spot I thought I had, somebody smashed my trail camera. So, you know, the only reason why I hunted over there last year and my old spot was my son still hunted his area over there, and I said, what the heck, I'll go over there and hunt. Seen a couple deer, but I don't know. I like where I'm at now. I got like 4 spots over in the same area, so got that Bear Ridge I was talking about, and up the other spot where I shot the doe that goes back into up towards the wildlife refuge property. So, and then there's another ridge I hunted where I shot the buck opening day, and I got another spot that I hunted 2-3 year opening day. I didn't see nothing, but it was a good spot. There was a lot of runways in there. We just had some bad weather that year. High winds, 40 to 50 mile an hour winds for 3 straight days. Didn't seem like the wind would ever gonna stop. But back in, yeah, it's right here. Back in this spot, it goes down. It's high, and all of a sudden it goes down into some lowland right next to the creek. I shot a couple deer in there, and then my son's buddy got a buck in there 3 years ago. And my brother hunted it last year and didn't see nothing, but it's a good spot back in there too. Cooking some venison steaks from one of the deer last year. Wanted to get some shut eye, but there was just a ton of mosquitoes in here. Holy Christmas. Cabin's a mess right now. I got some cleaning up to do. But different when you're out here by yourself, I can tell you that. But I got my lights down. I got to take these down. But that might be a project because they're up. I don't know about this ceiling. So I'm going to wait till we come back for Labor Day to take them down. I don't know the best way. They're in there pretty good. But no, I think I'm going to we'll eat this and go over, take a ride over, do some road scouting, I'm calling it, because I ain't walking in the woods. Do some road scouting over by where I hunted last year, see what's going on over there. Might have to bring my chainsaw. I don't know if anybody's been back there to cut some trees up in case they fell over the road. But and then I got a generator and I got my VCR here, so I could probably watch some VCR tapes. I don't have no DVD player here. I got a bunch of DVDs too, but we'll see. I gotta do something. I could go to sleep right now, to be honest with you. I'm so tired. But I gotta get rid of some of these mosquitoes. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna have to run either the Tractor Supply or I kind of knew that, but I had no choice. But I just enjoyed being out here. Different when you're by yourself. So, well, I'm gonna sit down and eat this venison, and then we'll go for another ride.